So you want to play like Jewell Loyd. Well, that's a tricky thing to do, and not just for the obvious reasons. Sure, it's hard to handle the ball like Loyd, and it's hard to shoot like Loyd. However, when we're looking at what makes it hard to play like Loyd, a big reason is that Loyd's skill set allows her to do what the team needs in almost any situation. So to play like Loyd, you have to be good at everything. At the making of this video, Loyd is leading the WNBA in scoring, which is, of course, an impressive accomplishment. Even more impressive when you're talking about an 8-year veteran who has never led her own team in scoring. She did play with Brianna Stewart, but even in the 2 years when Stewie wasn't leading the team, Natasha Howard and Crystal Langhorne led the Storm in points. That's because Loyd is a team player. The Storm don't have the same cast as years past.
Sundberg's not walking through that door, fans.
And the team needs Loyd to put up shots. She's obliging and leads the W in points per 40 minutes. But if you want to play like Jewell, that doesn't mean you should take more shots than everyone else. It means you should be able to take the shots your team needs you to take. If your team needs a shooter, you can certainly learn from Loyd. While you should be practicing shooting, you need to be able to get open. Note the way Loyd uses screens to lose her defender. Loyd also gets looks by running to the open spot on the fast break. And of course, she sometimes spots up and lets the shots come to her. Shooting off the catch is the norm in basketball. The highest ratio of unassisted made three-pointers in the WNBA, at the making of this video, belongs to the Las Vegas Aces, and it's only 1 in 5. That means at least 4 of every 5 made three-pointers by any team in the W is an assisted shot. That's why your first key to playing like Loyd is to practice shooting. A lot. If you want to be like the Storm's best player, you need to be the deadliest catch and shoot player you can be. Of course, Loyd brings more to the table than just catch and shoot threes. This season her team needs her to create more, so she does. She often creates with her movement off the ball. Her movement without the ball is dangerous. But of course it's dangerous. She's the gold mamba. She often gets her shots for herself as a result of cutting, but her cutting also manipulates the defense. She cuts directly to the hoop and backdoor. Your second key to playing like Loyd is to be deadly when you don't have the ball. Cut with quickness and purpose. Dissect a defense with your eyes and then with your cut. But what really sets Loyd apart is her ability to create shots off the dribble. Sometimes she does this with the help of a screen. This is the most common offensive tactic used in the W. There are a lot of variations the Storm use after the initial ball screen, but Loyd can flat out score off the bounce, so let's focus on that. One way she scores off the dribble is by drawing fouls. This is invaluable as it gets her free throws and also puts opponents on the bench with foul trouble. She is also able to get near the rim for lay-ins and floaters. But the thing that stands out is her pull-up jumper. She's able to find space off the dribble and put up the shot. Even when she doesn't have any help, she is still able to get a bucket. There's a reason nobody wants to be on an island in a storm. So, to play like Loyd, you need to practice finishing through contact. It's hard to score off the dribble, so adding the option of drawing a foul makes the task easier. That means you need to be able to score when contact is made. I'm not saying you sign up for ultimate fighting or do anything crazy, but drill with a pad to increase your confidence. You should also practice your footwork for pull-up jumpers. When you practice shooting, don't just stand still and put up set shots. You can practice by dribbling into your shot, shooting step backs, or maybe even try the tactic this random guy is using. But you can't play like Jewell Loyd if you can only shoot when the defense leaves you alone. And then there's toughness. While you don't need to sign up for ultimate fighting, Jewell Loyd looks like she might have. As any coach or Taylor Swift will tell you, having a guard who can play like a big is like snow at the beach. Weird, but she's not a giant guard at 5'11", but she rebounds and sets screens like a big. Her screens are powerful and get looks for her and her teammates. And she scores off of rebounds. She's averaging 1.3 offensive rebounds per game, which ranks 22nd in the league. At 5'11", that's some serious toughness. Loyd will also post up when she senses an advantage. She's an accomplished low post scorer because she pairs her skill with her toughness. So how do you get Loyd-type toughness? That's a tough question. The easiest way to answer is that you have to want it. It's heart and desire. There are 96 players in the league who are taller than Jewell Loyd, but she's usually the one who wants the ball the most. So this is something you need to work on between your ears. Back to our question, how do you play like Jewell Loyd? You probably won't play exactly like her because everyone's situation is different. Odds are your team doesn't need someone to shoot over 22 times per 40 minutes played, but you should definitely practice shooting off the catch, shooting off the bounce, cutting dangerously, and being the toughest player on the court. If you do all that, someone might one day think you're made of the same stuff as Jewell. Oh, that's not right. Hang on. Sorry. Someone might one day think you're made of the same stuff as Loyd. What? Yeesh. That's not so good. Hang on. Someone might one day think you're made of the same stuff as Jewell Loyd. I gotta stop letting artificial intelligence edit my videos.